Please rise and join me in singing the national anthem. Oh, it's coming, and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, Mr. Schlereth, Ms. Carroll, Mrs. Lang, Mrs. Baskin, the class of 2026, family and friends. Welcome. My name is Zoe DePhillips, and I'm this year's Student Council Executive Board President. Please join me in prayer as we begin our graduation ceremony. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come together as a community to celebrate the class of 2026. We are grateful to stand together one last time as sisters and reflect on the journey that brought us to this moment. Thank you, Lord, for the countless blessings you've given us throughout our 4 years at IHA. Between every lesson learned, every challenge faced, every victory celebrated, every moment shared, you have guided us to not only grow as students, but as empowered young women. We are immensely grateful for the friendships that we have formed throughout our high school experience. Thank you for the laughter in the hallways, the late nights spent studying together, and the memories that will remain with us long after graduation. Even though our paths lead in different directions, may we always find our way back to the love, support, and unbreakable bond we found within these hallways. We give special thanks to our families and loved ones. Their constant encouragement and sacrifices have carried us throughout these 4 years. We thank them for their patience, guidance, and unconditional love that truly does not go unnoticed. Because of their support, we have learned the importance of compassion, perseverance, and faith in ourselves and one another. Lord, we are grateful for the faculty, staff, and administration of Immaculate Heart Academy. We thank them for their time, care, and dedication they have poured into each and every one of us. Through their wisdom and guidance, they have challenged us to grow academically, spiritually, and as individuals, helping us become women who lead with compassion and serve with love. We pray for the underclassmen and future students of IHA. May they continue to find strength in this community, build lasting friendships, and find the same joy, confidence, and sense of community that we have been blessed to experience during our time here. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, we ask you, Lord, for your guidance and protection. Help us to continue our faith, face every challenge with courage, and to use the gifts you have given us to make a difference in the lives of others. Finally, Lord, we extend our prayers to those who are sick, suffering, and for those who have no one to pray for them. We also remember those who are unable to be with us today, especially our loved ones who now rest in your everlasting peace and love. May we continue to feel their love, guiding us, comforting us, and surrounding us every day. Lord, we pray to you through the intercession of our Blessed Mother as we say, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Immaculate Heart of Mary, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Good morning, Mr. Schler, Mrs. Lang, Mrs. Baskin, Ms. Carroll, faculty, friends, family, and my fellow graduates. My name is Madison Less, and I'm honored to be here today to welcome you all in celebrating Immaculate Heart Academy's class of 2026. I feel so privileged to be able to call myself a member of this graduating class of accomplished young women, and I'm excited to see how each of you carries your talents into the world beyond IHA. In reflecting on the achievements of this class, I see future doctors, lawyers, engineers, pro athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, researchers, writers, and probably a president, knowing you all. But underneath the accomplishments that can be categorized and quantified, I see something in each of you that means so much more than the outcome of your careers. I see your unyielding passion for and dedication to the things you love. Throughout my time here, I have been constantly inspired by the pure joy I see in each of you when you're engrossed in whatever it is that you find fulfilling. Some of you devote hundreds of hours to serving your community. Some of you have perfected the art of performing just to put a smile on someone's face, and others have a gift for expression and can move an entire room. Though I may not share some of these particular talents, know that your drive speaks to the broader human experience more than it does to just the people on your sports team or in your classes. I may not really know much about soccer, and I'm certainly not a painter, and I'd be lying if I said I understand even one thing about business. But I take immense joy in seeing my sisters win tournaments, create art that belongs in galleries, and achieve state and national level recognitions at Canada. I'm so in awe of the heart and soul that you pour into your talents. You uplift each other by leading with your own examples, and you do so with grace, humility, and compassion. In a world that can sometimes feel increasingly impersonal, know that your individuality is irreplaceable. As we move on to the next chapter of our lives, I know that your enthusiasm will shine through in whatever you choose to pursue, and just as your inspiring dedication has impacted me, you will continue to impact the lives of others in ways you don't even realize. Despite our wide diversity of interests, we all share intense passion for the things we do, and I would say that's a large part of what makes this graduating class so special. Your school spirit has made our time here infinitely more exciting and has brought us so close together as a class. Our sophomore spirit day was electric, our sports events teemed with excitement, and we won the Halloween pep rally 2 years in a row, thanks to 2 wildly impressive half-court shots from one of our D1 basketball commits. You have all contributed to fostering a community that is welcoming, enthusiastic, and truly unforgettable. Each of you brings invaluable gifts to the sisterhood. I hope you are all as proud of yourselves as I am of you. I now want to take a moment to thank the people who have supported us throughout our time here. First, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this year's graduation marks the official end of IHA's STEM program, which I've been a part of for all my 4 years here. STEM was discontinued in favor of the Scholar program, which provides students with enrichment in and focus on on specializations in all different disciplines. While the School of Program wins in its variety, I must admit that it's hard to beat the pure camaraderie that's STEM fosters. Having so many classes together with largely the same 16 girls, we've shared an uncountable number of memories together. From making a viral TikTok that got 2.8 million views, not doing the F3 math challenge together, and playing Wii tennis in chemistry class, we've truly done it all. We've become possibly even too close, and I will forever cherish this bond that we share. So, as this chapter of IHA STEM comes to an end, I want to thank my fellow STEMies and all the administrators and teachers who made this experience possible for us. And thank you for discontinuing it so that no one else has to take 5 different kinds of math in their first 2 years. I also want to thank all of our teachers who are the backbone of all of our academic successes. Every teacher here is consistently dedicated to supporting us not only through our education, but through our development into independent and responsible adults. Our teachers care about us and our school in a way that is unique to the tight community we have at IHA. Not to mention, they keep class exciting and put up with all of our jokes. Mr. Kearns, I'm sorry we made Mrs. Kearns come close to you, but thank you for going along with it anyways. Without our teachers, our school simply would not be the same. Lastly, it's important we acknowledge our families and everything they've done to get us here. Without their hard work and commitment to their daughter's education, none of us would be here today. Thank you all for your endless support, late night help with assignments, and countless rides to activities. Each of our family members are responsible for part of who we are, and we will carry the lessons we've learned from them with us forever. And to the class of 2026, thank you for an unforgettable high school experience. As someone who started IHA as a very different person than I am today, I want to thank each of you for helping me grow into who I am in a sisterhood that feels safe and uplifting. Continue to pursue the things that make you happy, since the joy that you bring both yourself and others is the best measurement of success. I cannot wait to see all that you accomplish and all the lives you touch. Congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you.
This morning. She grew up in Ridgewood, New Jersey and graduated from IHA in 2006. While a student, she was a member of the National Honor Society and a recipient of IHA's Christian Service Award. Kate played on the varsity softball team and was part of the state championship winning team as a freshman. After graduating from IHA, she went on to Fairfield University, where she played 4 years of Division I softball. She received a Bachelor of Science in Finance in 2010, and then earned her JD from Seton Hall Law School in 2013. Kate is currently a Vice President of Deutsche Bank, where she conducts internal investigations. Prior to her current position, she served as an Assistant Deputy Attorney General for the state of New York, as a member of the Organized Crime Task Force, and an Assistant District Attorney in the Bronx as part of their investigations team. Kate currently lives in Hohokus, New Jersey, where she enjoys spending time with her family, reading, cooking, and the occasional success in home improvement projects. Welcome, Caitlin.
Good morning, IHA administrators, faculty, staff, parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the extraordinary members of the class of 2026. My name is Kate Carroll, class of 2006, and I'm very happy to be here to celebrate with you. First, I wish to congratulate all the graduates on your incredible achievements. I may not know you personally, but I know that you are intelligent, talented, passionate, and absolute masters of time management, because I know what it takes to graduate from IHA. I know you perfected the locker break cram session, the homeroom essay proofread, and figuring out how to drive all around the county and state because your friends came from all over. But now, all of that is behind you. You made it through. You survived, and whether you realize it or not, those experiences shaped you into not only incredibly capable young women, but members of a unique sisterhood shared among generations of IHA alumni. My time at IHA ended 20 years ago, and I doubt anyone would have predicted that I would be back here as graduation speaker. I was not in the running for valedictorian, and I was often only for school because my homeroom had a very fortunate location at the top of the parking lot stairs in room 227. Carrie, my older sister and your principal, used to be so frustrated with my tendency to oversleep that she frequently left for school without me. And I made it through, despite her desertions, just as you have. Now, understandably, some of you may assume I'm only here because my sister is your principal. And that's fair, but I don't think that's the reason. I think I was asked to speak because I became very accomplished at one important thing, thanks to my time at IHA, showing up. Now, that might not sound impressive. Showing up is not the type of thing you put on your resume you bring up in your job interview. I don't recommend that. But I am here to tell you it's one of the most important lessons I unwittingly learned at IHA, and I believe that you have too. IHA is full of superstars. It's very easy to feel like you're not the smartest, the holiest, or the most accomplished woman in the room. There is always someone with another AP class, or another service award, or athletic accomplishment, or, my worst envy, a perfectly color-coded planet. I never figured that out. But did this environment ensure that I and you are always the best, no matter what room you're in? I like to think so, but no. What I learned at IHA is sometimes the most important thing is not being that obvious choice. Sometimes the most important thing is simply being the one who can raise your hand. Being willing to walk into any room and just hold your own. Being willing to try, to work hard, and to take the risk. Being the one who consistently shows up. It would have been easy for me to stay in my lane at IHA and just hang out with my teammates. But if I had done that, I would have missed out on so much more. So instead, I showed up at the Veterans Home. I signed up for a ski trip not knowing anyone, and I came home with a whole new crew. And I spent enough time trying to get candy from Mr. Harold in the science wing that he finally convinced Mr. Mack that I deserved a shot in AP Bio. And when I did get attention for being late, I showed up with pizza for the dean, and I somehow persuaded her to let me serve it during lunchtime so I wouldn't miss practice. She kicked me out, but she counted it as my detention, so it was a success overall. I'm not encouraging you to try and negotiate disciplinary consequences through takeout, but I am encouraging you not to limit yourself by someone else's idea of who you are or how you're supposed to do something. Decide what matters to you and just keep showing up until you can figure out how to make it happen. You cannot control many things in life, but you can control just being present and putting yourself in a position to try to be successful. Now, I understand you might be thinking, I just graduated. How does this have anything to do with me? Maybe you did do everything while you walked these super cool and still teal-colored halls. Maybe you didn't, but these lessons will still apply to the wondrous things you take on next. I had a great time at IHA, but I didn't graduate with anyone naming me most likely to be president or CEO. I knew that I was going to go to Fairfield, go Stags, and I knew that I was going to major in finance, but only because my dad did, and it seemed to be like a job that he enjoyed. And I had no idea I was expected to do calculus to graduate as a finance major. You're going to have to do a lot of calculus, at least 4 courses. And then I knew I was going to play D1 softball because that's what I thought my whole identity was. I could never have predicted that I would go to law school. I would work the night shift at the Bronx County District Attorney's Office, and I would build a career as a wiretap prosecutor, listening to phone calls of terrorists. So, if you're like I was and a little unsure of what happens next when you leave these halls, congratulations. You have so much excitement ahead of you when you discover your adult passions, talents, and strengths. You're going to do great things. And I know this because you are IHA graduates, and you have inherent skills that not all of your peers will possess. Outside of IHA, you will be astonished by how few people are willing to show up and invest their time and talents. One of the greatest gifts IHA gave me was the confidence to walk into unfamiliar rooms and believe that I belong there. And that turns out to matter a lot. As a freshman in college, I learned, and you will learn, there is a significant discrepancy in the quality of your professors for required courses. So after the first week, I made friends with my new dean. I went right in and I explained, I need to change sections, this is crazy. She only granted a few of my requests, but it helped. Two of my teammates who were in my original sections, they couldn't even comprehend making an appointment, having a conversation with an authority figure, and actually sharing your struggles and proposed solutions. They remained in their sections, and they did so poorly that they had to switch majors. Would it have mattered? They were huge partiers, so I'm not so sure. But they didn't try because they didn't think that they belonged in that dean's office. They let fear dictate their future, and they absolutely missed out. When I graduated from law school, it was a recession. The job market was horrific. But because of what I learned here, I put myself out there. I had the confidence to think that maybe I belonged. And it was awkward, but I introduced myself to employers at career service events. I networked, I got internships, and when I did, I didn't limit myself to just my direct supervisor or the intern in the cubicle next to me. I talked to everyone, and not everyone liked me. But I kept applying for opportunities, even when I was not sure I would get them, and I asked for more. And I got rejected a lot. I applied to almost 100 clerkships when I was graduating, and I got 2 interviews. 2. But despite the rejections, I didn't stop, and eventually I became an assistant district attorney in New York City. Typically, first year assistant district attorneys have to go to an intake bureau, where you get whatever low-level case is on in court. Judge, marijuana, $50 fine, you just cycle through it. Not very exciting. So I raised my hand and I said, I'd like to be considered for the investigations division. Somehow, they let me interview, and then somehow they actually gave me the job. I got to bypass the board intake bureaus. My boss later admitted that he liked my finance major. So all those calculus classes were worth it because you have to be able to trace how terrorists and gang members launder all their money. So it was worth it after all. But that one moment, that one decision in that room to raise my hand among 60 plus new attorneys who were just oozing competition and not camaraderie, that changed my entire career, my entire life. And because of that opportunity, I developed specialized skills working with complex wiretap investigations involving some sophisticated fraud schemes, organized crime, MS-13, and some other, sometimes even international terrorism. And I can promise you this, there were many moments in those rooms where I was absolutely not the smartest or most experienced person there. In fact, even 10 years into doing wiretaps, I was always the youngest person in the room. And sometimes my senior coworkers and the very jaded, tired detectives were not the nicest when they were frustrated with my experience. But I stayed in that room anyway, and I slowly earned their acceptance. Because I knew how to show up. I knew how to learn, I knew how to work, how to ask questions, and how to contribute. And most importantly, as an IHA graduate, I knew how to keep going, even when I felt uncomfortable or uncertain. I didn't let anyone drive me away. Don't let anyone ever drive you away. I was the one that the officers called at night when they intersected something crazy over the water. A subject is en route with a firearm. Do they let it go? Do they intercept it? Or do they let it go so they can see who he's delivering to and identify the top guy in the gang? I did not always have the answers to those real-life pop quizzes, especially initially. But I could ensure I was reliably available, and I was quick to get answers from someone who did, no matter how intimidated I was. It was that willingness to be new or inexperienced over and over again that shaped my entire life. And it can do the same thing for you. It allowed me to move from office to office, from the Bronx to the State Attorney General's office, Organized Crime Task Force, and now to conducting internal investigations at Deutsche Bank. Every meaningful chapter of my life began with walking into a room where I didn't entirely know what I was doing yet. That feeling will never fully go away for you. Your generation sometimes feels enormous pressure to have everything figured out immediately, to have a 5-year plan at 18, and know what your major is, what your career is, your purpose, your brand, and somehow have a perfectly curated profile on social media while doing it all. God usually does not hand you the entire blueprint at once. Instead, he asks you to take the next step, and the next one, and somewhere along the way, if you keep showing up with humility, faith, and generosity, you slowly become the person you're meant to be. Yes, you leave IHA academically prepared. You're prepared to work hard, to think critically, write well, and succeed professionally. But more importantly, you leave here understanding something about how to treat people and your worth in the world. You understand generosity, community, how to support one another rather than compete, and you understand sisterhood. As I've gotten older, I realized what a gift it was to spend 4 years in a place where I was known individually, encouraged personally, and constantly reminded that my value came from more than my achievements alone. Your value comes from far more than your transcripts or resumes. The world does not just need more accomplished women. It needs women willing to show up thoughtfully, faithfully, courageously, and generously. In class of 2026, you are prepared for that. One day, years from now, you will look back and realize that those teal lockers, the plaid skirts, the shared Google Docs, and the late night studying, the impossible schedules, the laughter with your friends, the teachers who really pushed you, and even the stressful mornings of rushing up those stairs to Mrs. Kern's classroom were doing all the hard work for you and preparing you for much more than college. They were preparing you for life. So, as you leave here today, do not worry if you do not have every detail of your future figured out. Most people don't. I didn't. So, what matters is what you can control, and that is that you keep showing up. Show up for opportunities that scare you. Show up for the people who need you, and show up for the communities you can serve. Show up for the life that God is calling you for, even when you cannot fully see where that path is. Because I promise you this, some of the most extraordinary chapters of your life will begin long before you feel ready for them. Finally, thank your parents, your families, your friends, your teachers, your mentors, your coaches, and your friends who helped bring you to this moment. Their sacrifices, support, prayers, and belief in you matters more than you may fully understand today. And graduates, as you leave IHA and step into whatever comes next, remember this. You do not need to be the loudest, the smartest, the most polished, and the most certain person in the room to make an extraordinary impact. You simply need the courage to walk into the room in the first place. Congratulations, class of 2026. I can't wait to see where you go, what you build, and who you become. Thank you.
The following students have successfully completed the required curriculum to earn a diploma from Immaculate Heart Academy. The first 15 graduates today are legacies. Their mothers will escort them onto the stage and present them with their diplomas. Catherine Chloe Barry is being presented her diploma by her mother, Janine Boyajan Barry, IHA class of 1994. Gianna L. Bundrick is being presented her diploma by her mother, Danielle Latona Bundrick, IHA class of 1999. Clara Rose Burns is being presented her diploma by her mother, Dolores Martinez Burns, IHA class of 1990. Aliana Campana is being presented her diploma by her mother, Lisa Bolovichik, IHA class of 1985. Cabin Clancy is being presented her diploma by her mother, Mary Ann Cassidy Clancy, IHA class of 1988. Bernadette Grace Colonna is being presented her diploma by her mother, Bernadette Marie Klein Colonna, IHA class of 1996. Kate Dolan is being presented her diploma by her mother, Teresa Seymour Dolan, IHA class of 1995. Ashlyn Joyce Gillespie is being presented her diploma by her mother, Antoinette Joyce Gillespie, IHA class of 1992. Paige Kathleen Hammerly is being presented her diploma by her mother, Christine Sifford Hammerly, IHA class of 1989. Kathleen Ann Hahn is being presented her diploma by her mother, Eileen Barnes Hahn, IHA class of 1985. Maureen Elizabeth Hennelly is being presented her diploma by her mother, Jean DeMayo Hennelly, IHA class of 1985. Layla Dawn Holland is being presented her diploma by her mother, Patricia Ann Greco, IHA class of 1993. Jocelyn Renee Lassou is being presented her diploma by her mother, Jennifer Farrow Lassou, IHA class of 1989. being presented her diploma by her mother, Marguerite McPrinslett, IHA class of 1978. Kaylin Elizabeth Regent is being presented her diploma by her mother, Kristen DiCrescenzi Regent, IHA class of 1999. This concludes our legacy graduates. As we move forward, please hold all applause until the end of each row so that every graduate and her family has the chance to hear her name called. Lila Alberdak, Adriana Bella Orocho Batista, Daniela Ayala, Brielle Caitlin Backer, Elise Sylvia Fatmas, Ava J. Beyersdorfer, Abigail Francesca Bennett, Sophia Rose Bertino, Emma Grace Pasquale, Sophie Evangeline Fada. Kathleen Rose Brancato, Veronica Lynn Brenner, Kylie Jane Bryant, Alexis Ivana Bouton, Mariana Isabel Vilas Garcia, Ella Lily Burkholder, Riley Elizabeth Cannon, Tara Elizabeth Caputo, Isabella Grace Carbone, Samantha Lorraine Castellano. Gianna Jean Catalano, Chloe Catherine Coffey, Grace Carmel Colbert, Chloe Kathleen Call, Morgan Nora Connell, Elisiana Aurora Costello, Elliot Rose Payne, Gabriella Ray Della Volpe, Gabriella Marie DeMarco, Zoe McBride DePhillips. Ava Marie DiGiacomo, Danny Amaya Dominguez Espinoza, Bridget Maeve Dooley, Miranda Providence Dougherty, Isabella Maria Duca, Hayden Rosa Edwards, Yasmin Elise Ego, Bryn Elizabeth Eitner, Kenda El-Fashawi, Layla Fenyo. Christina Rosalia Festa, Lily Margaret Filipazzo, Alana Marie Flores, Amaya Lily Friends, Sophia Fereshta Gomi, Hannah Evers Gilmore, Angela B. Giuliano, Giara Gonzalez, Samantha Marie Grella, Brianna Stella Gerland. Mackenzie L. Handy, Madison Claire Harilic, Jaylene Maria Hernandez, Isabella Emma Hoxholly, Madeline Eve Perenyu, Kate Rowdy Kaiser, Dalia Giuliano, Isabella Marie Perio, Samantha Anna Kerrigan, Sarah Elizabeth Coninos. Ella Kate Kowalczyk, Anna Stephanie Kuchar, Sophia Grace Kuzma, Lily Rose Lamort, Madison Nicole Less, Danica Tan Libanon, Caitlin Gianna Liga, Megan Isabella Long, Ashley Michelle Lopez, Natalie Marie Lavalio. Julia Grace McEwen. We ask that you hold your applause until the end so everyone hears their name called. Thank you. Catalina Rose McGlissick, Kiana Mariam Mababi, Mary Patricia Mahoney, Vanessa Rose Marion, Grace Alina Masterson, Ella Grace Max, Tara Kathleen McCarthy, Roisin Marie McLaughlin, Emily Rita Minichetti. Moore, Etane Josephine Moore, Dia Morjani, Madeline May Murphy, Morgan K. Murray, Molly Catherine Neepsey, Caitlin Guadalupe Negretti, Sophia Keeney Nemeth, Riley Muller Nightingale, Catherine Grace O'Sullivan. Emma Grace Palazzolo, Jaylyn Maddie Peretti, Chloe Isabella Pena, Nicole Helena Petrie, Gianna Alyssa Polina, Shelby Grace Helis, Mary Catherine Quinn, Isabella Sabina Ragone, Ava Claire Reed, Lily Ellis Rickley. Adriana Rose Rispoli, Gabrielle Hope Rivera, Kayla Marie Taylor Rodriguez, Ava Leanne Rogers, Lilith Roman, Jaylene Rondon, Jordan Helena Rupich, Juliana Alexa Sanchez, Isabel Grace Santos, Grace Ann Sciortino. Mia Genolina Severino, Gianna Rose Sidoti, Sophia A. Sigrist, Ava Marie Zanobi, Sophia Olivia Serrano, Alexandra Amay Sosa, Michaela Marie Sticco, Erin Joan Sullivan, Kylie Grace Sullivan, Samantha Kylie Sundlin. Michaela Ray Tolentino, Elizabeth Carlisle Trelongo, Olivia Michelle Valente, Caroline Olivia Van Voorhees, Ella Rose Vertis, Claire Aileen Wensky. Catherine Emily Williamson, Sophia Grace Wilson, Colleen Rose Woods, Kira Brooke Wimes, Victoria Kate Zalewski, Kimberly Zhang. when her name is called. Congratulations are extended to Isabella Sabino Ragon, valedictorian of the class of 2026. Congratulations are also extended to Madison Nicole Leff, salutatorian of the class. The Academic Excellence Award is presented to the student who has evidenced intellectual achievement and promise in her studies at Immaculate Heart Academy. The Academic Excellence Award for 2026 is presented to Catalina Rose McGlissick. The Sister Beatrice Ryan Award has been established by our school to honor a student who has demonstrated the outstanding qualities of leadership and service to the IHA community. The Sister Beatrice Ryan Award and a check for $750 is presented to Riley Elizabeth Cannon. Holy friendship is among the greatest blessings that God has given us. The Gospel of Luke beautifully tells the story of Elizabeth, who experienced myriad disappointments in life, but never lost her faith in God. Despite her own struggles, Elizabeth rejoices in the news of her cousin Mary, and so becomes the perfect illustration of a woman of valor, who makes it her mission to both advocate and support the achievement and blessings of other women. This award is presented by Ms. Carroll and Mrs. Lang in honor of the culture of women's empowerment they've come to love at IHA. Rarely is the need for a companion of the spirit as necessary as when one is tasked with the pressure to study, serve, and succeed as high school students. The award, a plaque, and a check for $500 is presented to a young woman who has exemplified the importance of championing other women and embodies the paradigm of companion rather than competition in the model of St. Elizabeth. The Visitation Award and a check for $500 is presented this year to Attain Josephine Moore. Michelle and Jim Foote and their daughter Lauren, class of 2017, in memory of Lauren's aunt and godmother who passed away in 2018. A trust fund has been established, and it is intended that this award be presented annually to a young woman who exemplifies the qualities of leadership, service, love of family, and deep Christian values. The Mary Ann Molinari Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented to Zoe McBride DePhillips. Memorial Award was established by the Della Penta family in memory of their daughter and sister, Carrie Ann, who died suddenly in March of 2004. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who exemplifies the qualities so loved in Carrie Ann: the respect of her faculty and peers, character and integrity, and a kind and gentle spirit. The Carrie-Ann Della Penta Award and a check for $500 are presented to Paige Kathleen Hammerly. The Marie Sellers and Dorothy Savarese Memorial Award was established by Marie Sellers prior to her death on February 26, 2008. Marie Sellers and her aunt, Dorothy Savarese, were both dedicated faculty members who worked tirelessly for the good of IHA. It is the intention of Ms. Sellers that this award be presented to a student who has demonstrated a sharing of her gift of music with her local faith community. The Marie Sellers and Dorothy Savarese Memorial Award and a check for $500 is presented to Danica Tan Lavanda. The Jeffrey E. Silver Memorial Award was established in 2011 by the Silver family in honor of Jeffrey, a loving father, son, and brother who died suddenly in April of 2010. Jeffrey was generous with his gifts of time and talent, loved sports, and always demonstrated outstanding citizenship, sportsmanship, and loyalty to his family and friends. This award is presented annually to a student who has demonstrated characteristics much like Jeffrey. The Jeffrey E. Silver Memorial Award and a check for $500 is presented to Giara Gonzalez. Class of 80, and Megan Heffron, class of 78, in memory of their mother, Catherine Larkin, who passed away in March of 2000. Catherine Larkin serves as an inspiration to Sheila and Megan and their family, and was a woman of deep wisdom, positive spirit, and virtue. The recipient of this award has demonstrated leadership and character and exemplifies the personal qualities of Catherine Larkin. This award and a check for $1,000 is presented to Kathleen Rose Brancato. The Karen Cavallo Memorial Scholarship was established by Tracy Cavallo Salerno and her husband Peter in memory of Tracy's sister Karen, IHA class of 1985, who died of cancer on May 11, 2001. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who personifies the qualities so loved in Karen: academic achievement, character and integrity, a kind, gentle, and fun-loving spirit, and an interest in a career in medicine. The Karen Cavallo Memorial Award and a check for $2,500 is presented to Dia Morjani. Presented to honor a student of outstanding character who inspires others to strive for excellence by working to the best of their ability. This award and a check for $500 is presented to Jaylene Marla Hernandez. Memorial Award, established by the Suarez family and IHA soccer alumni, honors Marissa, a loving daughter, granddaughter, sister, aunt, and godmother who died suddenly in December 2016. Marissa was an extremely talented athlete who had a zest for life, an engaging and caring personality, and found great joy in the camaraderie and friendship of her teammates. Marissa always demonstrated outstanding sportsmanship while competing at the highest levels with her signature smile. This award is presented annually to the student who has demonstrated characteristics much like Marissa. The Marissa A. Suarez Award and a check for $500 are presented to Aliana Campana. The Denise Gardner Memorial Award was established in 2021 in memory of Denise Gardner, IHA class of 1991. Denise was diagnosed with a genetic autoimmune disease immediately after graduating college in 1994. At the time, there was no cure for her disease. However, due to the progression of medical science and technology, medications were able to extend her life long enough for her to have a liver transplant. These medical advancements were made by people who invested their time and talents in STEM. The advances realized in the research of autoimmune disease led to extending her life another 21 years. It is the intention of the Gardner family that this award will encourage a talented young woman to pursue her education in the STEM field. This award is presented to a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in the study of STEM subjects. The Denise Gardner Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented to Gabrielle Hope Rivera. Memorial Award has been established by Mr. Mezzadorian and his 4 children in memory of their mother, Tammy, mother of Kaylee, class of 2015, Riley, class of 2018, Joni, class of 2019, and their brother, Deep, Bergen Catholic class of 2013. Tammy died in December 2020 from COVID-19. Tammy was the most loving mother and always put her family first, especially her children. This award is presented to a student who exemplifies the qualities of outstanding potential, overwhelming compassion for others, and an unrivaled zest for life. The Tammy Mezzadorian Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented to Miranda Providence Dowry. The Herb Oberly Memorial Award has been established by the Oberly family. Herb was the cherished father of Jane, former IHA faculty member, Dennis, former IHA consultative board member, and grandfather to Kelly, IHA class of 1993, Scott and Chris, SJR classes of 2002 and 2005. Herb was a fierce supporter of Catholic education and both Blue Eagle and Green Knights athletic programs. He proudly attended his grandchildren's games and remained a fan long after they graduated. This award is presented to a student who exemplifies many of his favorite qualities in a person: sportsmanship, drive, commitment, and academic achievement. The Herb Oberly Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented this year to Bernadette Grace Colonna. The Joe Amen Memorial Award is given in memory of Joe Amen, who succumbed to cancer in 2016. Joe was the beloved husband of Kimberly Patton, Esquire, and father of Marissa Amen, class of 2018. This award is presented to a woman of intelligence, integrity, outstanding moral character, dedication to service, and an interest in pursuing law or government as a career. The Joseph Amen Memorial Award, a check for $1,000, and a paid summer internship at Patton Law Firm, LLC in Paramus, New Jersey, is presented this year to Anne Elizabeth Moore. The Miss Lynn Gansley Memorial Award, established by the Gansley family, honors Lynn, a beloved teacher, colleague, sister, aunt, and friend who passed away suddenly in January 2023. A theology teacher at IHA for 36 years, Lynn devoted her life to educating young women in the Catholic faith, helping to shape them morally and spiritually. Her strong faith was demonstrated through various ministries at IHA, particularly in the training of Eucharistic ministers. As the bowling coach, Lynn's teams consistently excelled at the local and state levels. She was the ultimate volunteer at her local parish as a Eucharistic minister, lector, and CCD teacher, selflessly giving of her time and talents. Lynn's love for her students at IHA was only surpassed by her love for her sisters, nieces, and nephews. Her legacy at IHA spans decades, and her spirit has touched generations. The Lynn Gansey Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented to Julia Grace McEwen. The Michael Thomas Noon Memorial Award was established in May 2017 by Alice and Charles Rogers in memory of Alice's brother Michael, who died suddenly. Michael was a cherished uncle to Megan, class of 2007, Kristen, class of 2009, and Caroline, class of 2013. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who typifies and consistently exhibits the qualities so loved in Michael: service to the community, generosity, integrity, and loyalty to family and friends. The Michael Thomas Noon Memorial Award and a check for $1,000 is presented this year to Elliot Rose Daniels. The IHA Award is presented to the student who has consistently demonstrated initiative and leadership, Christian involvement and commitment, honesty and integrity as a Christian woman, and who has given of herself both cheerfully and generously. This award is presented to the student who, in the view of the administration and faculty, most exemplifies the characteristics expected of an IHA graduate. This award, a plaque, and a check for $3,000 is presented to Kathleen Ann Hahn.
Congratulations. Good morning, members of the class of 2026. It's hard to read. Families, faculty, staff, and friends. Typically, at this point in our program, Immaculate Heart Academy's president, Mr. Jason Schler, would share words of wisdom with you all. Unfortunately, despite his very best efforts, he's unable to join us this morning, and that honor instead falls to me as principal. Fortunately for all of you, I already shared most of what I needed to say to the graduates and their parents at our legacy night 3 weeks ago, so this will be a relatively short address. Recently, a trend on TikTok has encouraged people to share the ways that they are rich in life. The trend featured videos that displays the text, "rich in life because," over video or photos that shows that people are rich not because of what is in their bank accounts, but because of the people, experiences, and blessings that are making life meaningful. Today, as I look at you, class of 2026, I think of how rich you already are. You are rich in friendships, rich in memories, rich in opportunities, rich in faith, rich in the lessons learned through both successes and disappointments, and rich in the love of your families, teachers, coaches, and friends who have helped you become the remarkable young women that you are sit before us as today. You are rich because you have spent 4 years surrounded by a sisterhood that knows you, supports you, and celebrates you. You are rich because you have discovered gifts you did not know you possessed. my deepest prayer for you is that you never measure your success solely by the titles you've earned or the salary you achieve. Not because I have any doubt you'll be incredibly successful. I know that you will be. But because I truly pray that you will instead always measure your life and your success by the riches you bring to others. Be the friend who shows up. Be the colleague who chooses integrity even when it's difficult. Be the leader who notices somebody standing alone. Be the woman who uses her gifts generously and her voice courageously. Be the daughter, sister, and friend who leaves every community better than when she found it. Because that's what IHA women do. And that is what we, members of the class of 2026, have always done. You have been consistently reminded us through your words and your actions that sisterhood is not something that is simply talked about. It's not just a buzzword in our marketing material, but it is something that you have lived in your biggest actions and your smallest gestures as a class. Class of 2026, thank you for the joy you have brought to this community over the past 4 years. Thank you for the example you have set for the students who will follow you. And thank you for allowing us the privilege of watching you grow into the remarkable women you are today. May God bless you, guide you, and remind you always how rich you already are. Congratulations, class of 2026. We could not be more proud of you.
Good morning, Ms. Carroll, Mrs. Lang, Mrs. Baskin, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, the best class in IHA history, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Bella Regal, and I'm so honored to be speaking to all of you today. I also know that at this point, I am the only thing standing between you and leaving this stuff you did while trying to record. As I was preparing to write this speech, I really didn't know where to start. So I Googled best valedictorian speeches, watched about half of one, and got bored. Then I tried looking for a podcast on how to write a good valedictorian speech. Unfortunately, that does not exist. So instead, I settled for the next best thing, a podcast called How to Give a Great Wedding Toast. I figured that was close enough. And for anyone attending a wedding soon, the advice was basically this. Mention embarrassing or humorous qualities, find a funny way to say them, and then end with something heartfelt. So I tried to do that with IHA. I thought about the time someone decided to microwave a fish, and somehow the whole school smelled worse than anything I could possibly describe. I thought about the time Mrs. Kearns proposed to Mr. Kearns at the senior talent show. And I thought about the time some genius decided to sit in a full biolab sink in front of the classroom. I honestly don't know who would do something like that. It was me, I sounded sick. I was struggling to figure out how any of these stories were supposed to become heartfelt. I mean, there was absolutely nothing heartfelt about that smell, let me tell you. But the more I thought about all of these moments, the more I realized they were all connected by one thing, the sisterhood. We've heard the word sisterhood constantly during our time at IHA. It's written on banners instead of assemblies. It's on social media posts and in my speech now. But the sisterhood goes beyond the slogan. It's that feeling of knowing that no matter what, you're surrounded by girls who are going to laugh beside you, support you, and be with you. It was there when we laughed together while trying not to pass out from the fish smell, and when we grabbed paper towels and a mop and came together to clean up the bio classroom. The sisterhood has been the feeling of walking into school knowing you're surrounded by people who want to see you succeed. It's been classmates cheering each other on. It's been the ability to fully throw ourselves into everything we do, whether that's service, singing on the midnight run bus, screaming at the top of our lungs at the musical preview, dancing to the sound of the Saints, waving the kilt flag at a championship game, or helping Cabin crowd surf when Drops of Jupiter played at prom. And while we may not continue hearing the phrase the sisterhood after today, that does not mean it ends here. In fact, this is only the beginning. We have all been given the incredible gift of knowing what it is to be part of a community defined by service, compassion, and support. Now, we have the responsibility to take that gift and create something even bigger with it, to carry the things that made this community so special into every space we enter next. Because, at its core, the sisterhood is really just kindness. It's inclusivity. It's choosing to bring people in instead of shutting them out. It's supporting others loudly and wholeheartedly. It's thinking about whose voices are not being heard and making room for them in the conversation. And in many ways, it's the values of faith at the heart of IHA. Service, selflessness, and the belief that every person deserves to be seen, valued, and loved. As members of the IHA sisterhood, we have a duty to lead with compassion, reach out to others, and create communities similar to the one we are so fortunate to have been a part of. IHA has taught us another important lesson. It didn't just teach us how to support one another, it gave us the freedom to become ourselves. Even with all the talk of community, IHA has never been a place that asked us to fit into a mold. Instead, it gave us a space where we were encouraged, challenged, and believed in. And because of that, we were able to discover and embrace the many different parts of ourselves that make us who we are as individuals. One of the greatest things IHA and the people within IHA has taught us is that we're allowed to be multifaceted. IHA is home to an amazing principal who's also a licensed attorney, teachers who are also accountants, doctors, engineers, and nonprofit leaders, athletes who win decade competitions and get awards for their role in the musical, performers who are also artists or on the robotics team, and even valedictorians who are also class clowns. As we leave IHA, may we never feel pressured to shrink ourselves into just one version of who we are. Because as we've seen throughout these halls, we are all far more complex, capable, and interesting than a single title. The world doesn't need more people who fit neatly into categories. It needs people willing to think creatively, ask questions, build community, challenge ideas, serve others, and grow into many different versions of themselves throughout their lives. Before I end my speech, I have a few thank yous. First, to our families, thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to attend IHA and for supporting us every step of the way. And to my own parents, thank you for everything. Everything I have done and have been able to do has been because of you. There are not enough words to express how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. To our teachers, staff, and administration, thank you for being so much more than educators. You challenged us when we needed to be challenged, encouraged us when we doubted ourselves, and supported us both inside and outside of the classroom. Whether it was Mr. McDonald showing up every Monday with freshly baked muffins, Mr. Kearns embracing a surprise birthday party in the middle of the school day, or Mrs. Kearns answering yet another phone call from John Ford, you made school feel like more than just a place to learn. More importantly, you showed us what it looks like to lead with faith and live lives of service, compassion, curiosity, and integrity. And finally, to the class of 2026, like I said, we are objectively the best class in IHA history. Thank you for going all out in everything you do, and thank you for showing me every day what the sisterhood truly means in making IHA feel like home. So wherever we go next, I hope we carry the sisterhood with us. Not just the friendships and connections we've made here, although we should absolutely hold on to those, but also the lessons we've learned from them. As we move into this next chapter, there are going to be a lot of changes. New schools, new cities, new people, and apparently, from what I've recently learned, we're not supposed to wear our uniforms to class this year, so also new outfits. But no matter where we go, what we study, or who we become, we will always share the sisterhood. So continue building community, continue leading with kindness, continue making room for others, continue asking questions, trying new things, and embracing every part of who you are. And if there's one thing I hope we remember as we leave here today, it's this. We do not have to choose between being ourselves and being part of something bigger than ourselves. We can do both. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Thank you for making the past 4 years unforgettable.